What's up guys, I'm Palak Lakhani. In this channel I make educational videos focusing mainly on studying, working and living in Germany. So if you are new here, consider subscribing. So in today's video we have Palak again with us, and she will be explaining you each and every detail about the student colleague and types of student colleague and everything. Let's get started with today's video.
Hi everyone, so welcome to the channel. So today I'm going to explain you how to apply to the student colleague, basically how to apply to bachelor's in Germany. So we're going to explain it step by step. So first is 4 ways of coming to Germany. So that is after 12th, after completing 1 year in India, diploma, that is after 10th, and JEE mains and advanced. So if you are coming after 12th, you have to first of all apply to UniAssist. And if you're doing it after completing 1 year in India, like after 12th, you are doing 1 year, say for BCom in some Indian college, and you want to apply afterwards for a bachelor degree in Germany. So you have these qualifications, A-level, high school diploma or bachelorate or ICSE or CBSE certificates. So you can get it recognized at anabin.de. We're going to discuss more about how to do it after 12th. That is directly from UniAssist. So for UniAssist, you get a conditional letter. That is basically you apply to UniAssist online, and they will see if your 12th certificate allows you to directly apply to the university in Germany. And they will transfer your grades into German grading system, and accordingly they will tell you if you are eligible or not. And if they say that you just have 12 years, then you have to do a student colleague, which is a 1-year foundation program in which you intensively learn the German language in different subjects. It's not a requirement, but it is recommended to apply at least to 10 to 15 universities for the student colleague. And moving forward, you have to select the schools and courses yourself first of all by researching online. So to give a general overview, we have basically 5 courses: W course, T course, M course, G course and S course. So the W course, it's for economics, business, maths, sociology. And then we have T course, which is for chemistry, physics, maths and informatics. And M course, which is chemistry, physics, maths and biology. And G course is for history, German literature, sociology and statistics. And S course is generally for all the languages, like if you want to go to a language school, studying European languages or Scandinavian languages. And in these programs you have the common languages such as German and English, and you study all these subjects in German language. So next we have University of Applied Sciences. They have a different approach to student colleague program. So they have TI, WW, GD and SW. So what is TI? TI is basically for the people who wants to go into engineering field, so it's technical and engineering degrees, and WW is for economics and business. GD is for arts and design. SW is for social sciences. You have 2 options. You can either go to University of Applied Sciences and take the course of TI, WW, basically the combined courses. And then you can also go to private public universities, which basically offer these courses, W, T, M, G and S. So now what's the difference between private and public universities? So the major difference would be the fees, the tuition fees, accommodation and everything. So in public universities, you don't have to pay fees, at least not official tuition fees. You just have to pay a semester ticket, which is around almost 400 to 500 euros or even less depending on your university. And for private university, you have to pay a full fees. But in them you have the positive area of educational trips or even accommodations, because they provide proper accommodation. You don't have to go and search for it as you have to do it in the public universities. And one thing which you have to keep in mind while applying to a private institute for student colleague is that you have to see if the degree or the student colleague which they offer is actually valid or not. Basically, if it's recognized after you have done it, recognized in all over the Germany, or it covers only the North Rhine-Westphalen or Bavaria. So we have to check that. Another point for public universities is that, and that's a negative one, that is Aufnahmeprüfung. That's basically an entrance exam, which I'll explain in detail afterwards. And that's a negative drawback for this university, for the public universities. Okay, so going to the documents now. We have CV, and that's usually minimum is 1 page and maximum is 2. And then we have the previous school living certificate, grades from your previous education, and there is minimum education or minimum requirement is 60 or 70, depends on the university basically. And then you have language proficiency, which can be IELTS, TOEFL, or any English certificate which is recognized all over. And in the last, you have to get all these certificates attested in your local courthouse, and then you have to send these online or through post as advised by the UniAssist. Okay, so once you've done all this and you've gotten an acceptance letter, either from the private or public or the University of Applied Sciences, you go for the visa. So in visa, you have the documents of your income tax returns, all these previous documents listed here, and you have to show your bank account which you set up with the Deutsche Bank, which I have already explained in the previous videos. And then, okay, Aufnahmeprüfung. So that's the entrance test which you basically give in the German public universities once you've arrived in Germany. So what is the Aufnahmeprüfung here? That's basically your entrance test for the German language and in math. These two are the subjects which are considered by the university in these tests. So what happens is they want to test your language skills which you have already done from India. Because for public universities, they require you to have B2 level, at least B2 level in German language from India already, so that you can give this Aufnahmeprüfung. That's not the case with the private university. So now what happens if you fail this Aufnahmeprüfung? So you have two options here. You can either stay in Germany by going to a language school or even applying to a private student college. That's one option. And for these, the exam dates are here, which are offered in February, March, August or September. And if you don't want to do this, you don't have any other option but to go back home and start again, that is do your language program again in your home country, at least till B2 level, and then again start with UniAssist, and then you go back to here and again give the Aufnahmeprüfung and you pass and you start with the student colleague program. For the student colleague deadlines, there are 2 semesters, basically in January and in July. So you have to apply till July 15 and January 15 for the summer semester and winter semester respectively. So this was the basic general overview how to do it with the different methods here mentioned. So for my own experience, I'll summarize it, my own procedure. So I came here after 12th. As usual, I applied from UniAssist and applied to a number of universities, and afterwards I applied, I selected a course which I took W course, in which I had economics, business, math, German and English. And I was in a private university. So the private university, it offered me accommodation which included everything basically, furniture, blankets, cushion, utensils, mostly everything. And then I had, I checked for the validation as usual. So for my student colleague at that university is recognized all over the Germany. And then we go to the educational trip. In my course, there were almost 2 or 3 educational trips, and they were actually really helpful to improve my German. So basically, they take you around the companies, the German companies. For example, you can take Volkswagen, Dr. Oetker, which is really famous here in Germany. It's a food company. There's also a fun trip, which is basically going to some other city and exploring their culture and also different dialect of the language. So, and afterwards we go to the documents. So I submitted all of these documents and I got them attested from my local courthouse. And afterwards, for the visa, I submitted all these documents along with my acceptance letter, because you can apply for the visa only after you get the acceptance letter. So once you have that, you apply for the visa, and you just have to wait for another month, maximum a month. And once you get accepted, you go to the student colleague. So for my case, I didn't have to do this Aufnahmeprüfung because I didn't apply to a public university. I applied to a private university. So with the private university, after getting a visa, you just have to fly down to that university, and then you'll be introduced to the course, to the teachers, and to your colleagues. That's all. That was my experience. I told you my experience, but obviously not everyone has the same story or the same situations, so you have to proceed according to your situation. So thank you very much for listening to me, and I hope I was able to clear all your doubts. And still, if you have any doubts, you can let us know through comments, and we'll try to clear your doubts in the comments or even make a video for you. So thank you very much and stay safe. Bye bye.